Hello, my friends. It's Christmas, and many people across the world celebrate Christmas even though they're not Christians. And this includes uh, some atheists, including militant atheists like Richard Dawkins, who calls himself an atheist but a cultural Christian. And I know that my friend Michael Shermer, who is also an atheist, celebrates Christmas as well. It's a universal day of celebration, and it conjures up a lot of feelings for both Christians and non Christians. So, one of the most basic tenets of Christianity is the virgin birth in Christian theology. And in Christian theology, the virgin birth of Jesus is understood as a literal miraculous event. According to the Gospels of Matthew and Luke, Jesus was conceived by the power of the Holy Spirit in the womb of the Virgin Mary, without the involvement of a human father. This doctrine is central to Christian belief and has several theological implications. Number one, the virgin birth emphasizes Jesus' divine nature, affirming that he's both fully God and fully human. Number two, it fulfills a prophecy. It is seen as the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies, particularly Isaiah 7:14. And number three, theologians argue that the virgin birth allowed Jesus to be born without inheriting the sinful nature passed down through human generations. Now, that is the Christian belief, and it is a belief, and those who believe in it have a right to believe in it. But let's say you're not uh, a firm believer in the literal virgin birth. What is the metaphorical interpretation? I think the metaphorical interpretation can be interpreted as a return to innocence and creativity. The idea of the virgin birth as a metaphor returning to innocence and pure creativity has also been uh, examined by many scholars. This perspective aligns with some psychological and spiritual concepts. Childlike wonder. Jesus often spoke about the importance of childlike faith. This could this could be seen as an encouragement, I believe, to approach life with openness and the wonder of a child. Unfiltered perception. Children tend to see the world without preconceived notions, experiencing life with unfiltered wonder and curiosity. Creative potential. Innocence can be associated with unbridled imagination and creativity, free from the constraints of learned limitations. This connection between innocence, openness, and creativity is also supported by psychological research. There's openness to experience. This personality trait is strongly correlated with creativity. People high in openness tend to be more imaginative and receptive to new ideas. Divergent thinking, both openness and creativity, involve divergent thinking, which allows for the exploration of multiple perspectives and possibilities. Reduce biases. The entanglement of creativity and openness has been shown to foster a reduction in biases and augment conflict resolution capabilities. So, while the metaphorical interpretation of the virgin birth as a return to innocence and creativity offers interesting psychological and spiritual insights, I think it's important to note that this view differs significantly from traditional Christian understanding. Um, in any case, the concept of returning to a state of childlike innocence and wonder to embrace and enhance creativity and perception of the world is valuable in its own right. It encourages us to approach life with openness, curiosity, and imagination, qualities that can indeed help us see the world anew and tap into our creative potential. In fact, there's a phrase in the Shiva Sutras which says, step out of the river of memory and conditioning and see the world as if for the first time. That, my dear friends, is the virgin birth. Merry Christmas, whether you're a Christian or not, and happy holidays, happy holy days. And we can continue this conversation on deepakchopra.ai. And of course, my book, Digital Dharma, is always available as a user's manual to help elevate spiritual intelligence and personal well being. Take care, my friends.